Hey everyone, today is Sunday and I did not go to church anywhere this morning. I thought about going to my husband's church was having a little picnic at a nearby park and I thought about going with him this morning. I'm going to back up a little bit. I do that every time. I end up too close and then after I start filming I realize that I'm cutting my head off. But I have that little dress on that looks like a LuLaRoe. It's so soft and cool. But anyway, I thought about going with him this morning, but it stormed and rained all night long. So it's very wet and very nasty out. But actually, the sun is trying to come out right now. But it's been which I love a storm. I love to listen to the thunder. Lightning and thunder and storms does not bother me in the least. I love it. I think it's very calming and very soothing. Unless, we have like a tornado warning. And we are not in a tornado area. But the last few years, we have had tornadoes come through this way. And so it's a little scary. So unless there's a tornado watch or warning, I love a good storm. I love to listen to the rain. The harder the better. I love to hear the winds blow. I love everything about a storm. So we had a storm last night, and I sat in there in the recliner for a long time, and I read my book. I'm still reading on my book from the library. I love that book. I'll let you know after I get finished with it. And I'm going to go out probably tomorrow or Tuesday and go check out another book or two. I do that. I go through phases. I told you before that I'm not an avid reader. I'm not a person that has to read every day. I'm a person that may read once or twice a year. But when I do start reading or start reading a book, I have to finish it, and then it makes me want to go on to a different book. So I could easily be a reader if I was a person that was not very energetic or high energy. I like to get out and go more than anything. I'm not one to stay home. I'm usually up, ready to get out and go and enjoy my day. But here for the past week or so, I've been lounging around in there in my room in the recliner, and I've been reading, and I've been enjoying it. But last night I was in there in my recliner, and I had my lamp on, and I was reading my book, and it was storming, and I was just so relaxed. It just felt so calming and peaceful. And I even thought about going out on my front porch and sitting in my chair. I have a chair out here on the porch that I sit in. But it was real windy and rainy, and I think that the wind would have probably blew the rain in on me. My porch is not very big, and it is covered, but the sides are open, of course. And so I thought that the wind would be a little bit too intense, but I really did think about it. But I was sitting there reading and listening to the storm, and my husband, like I said, had to be at the park today from 10 to 10. I think he left out of here about 15 till 10. He said he needed to be there anywhere from 10 to 10:30. It's about a 30-minute drive. Well, I don't know, though. The park's up there close around where my mom lives. It's probably about a 40-minute drive. But I'm sure he got there by 10:30. But it is clearing up, and hopefully they have a good day. But I'm sure the grass and stuff was wet. And I am not real big on outings and picnics like that. I like them sometimes, but I'm not real big on it. I don't like to be... I've told you before, I'm not much for being like outside at parks or in the mountains or in nature. I can do it occasionally, but I don't like to like fish or camp much. I have done it and enjoyed it when I do it, but I don't have to do it very often. I'm more of a city person, be out in the city or be out in the mall or go to a restaurant and eat or just be around people like that or be out in a crowd of people, I guess I must say. But anyway, I'm yammering today. But I'm going to get up and show you my little dress. And I got a quote here. And I thought I would just show you. I've got a few minutes. Hope went to church today over at her church. And whenever she gets home, she'll get home probably around 12:30 to 1. And it's just right now 11:30. So I've got a little bit of time. So I'm going to go out and see her and the baby and maybe grab something to eat. I'm really craving. I know this sounds crazy because I eat it so much. I am craving Buffalo Wild Wings. I love those old cheese curds. And I could eat those 3 or 4 times a week. And we do usually. When we go out, the last several times, that's where my husband took me to eat. And it's not even his favorite place to eat, but he'll take me. But this last time we went out, when was it? Friday, we went out and spent the day. And that's what I wanted, but he really wasn't feeling it. So we went to Outback instead, and he got a steak. He was wanting steak. So he got a steak and a sweet potato and some mashed potatoes. And I just got to order their cheese fries. But today I am craving Buffalo Wild Wings. And to eat there, I'll have to drive about 45 minutes. But that is not impossible. That's not beyond me. If I want Buffalo Wild Wings bad enough, I'll probably go. And I'm going to invite Hope and the baby to go with me if they want to. But she gets home around 12:30 or 1. I'm going to go out there and spend some time with them. And then I'm going to go grab me something to eat. I've not ate anything or eaten anything this morning. Not even a protein bar. I probably won't. I'll probably just wait, let my appetite build up and enjoy my food later on today. And starting tomorrow, I know, you know what I'm going to say, I'm cutting back. Because the last 2, maybe 3 weeks, I have ate so much and took in so many calories and a lot of desserts and sweets. But starting tomorrow, I'm going to up the protein and down the calories and or lessen the calories and start walking more on my treadmill. I've got to where I'm not walking but about 2 or 3 times a week, and that's not good. So I can tell that I'm losing my mojo and my motivation where my diet and exercise is concerned. So I have got to shake myself, get a reality check, and realize I do not want to establish bad habits back into my life. So, because I know me and how quick I can gain that weight, which I think I probably gained 4 or 5 pounds by the way my clothes fit. I will not jump on the scale. I hate to see the numbers. You know me, I hate that. So I think what I'm going to do, tomorrow is Monday, I think I'll start back strict tomorrow, and then I think I will weigh myself Friday morning when I get up. I think I'll give myself about 4 or 5 days there and then weigh myself either Friday or Saturday. My head is itching. And in my last video, if you'll notice, I was scratching my head. One day I was sitting out on my porch and I was on my phone, I think. Yeah, I wasn't reading. I was on my phone. Well, actually, it was after dark. That's what it was. I was sitting out on my porch after dark. And that night when I came in, or maybe the next morning, I noticed that my head was itching. Well, I started feeling around on my scalp, and something had crawled in my head. I don't know if it was a spider. I think it was probably a spider. It wasn't a gnat or a mosquito. I think it was a small spider crawled in my head, and I think that it came off of my chair on the porch because I noticed it. It was either that night, I think it might have been the next morning. I started itching. My head was itching, and I had, I bet you, 50 bites in my head, little whelps that was swelling up. Well, they eventually got so bad that it swelled the whole the whole left side of my head was swollen and sore. My lymph nodes on both sides of my neck was swollen because they were fighting off infection. But now they are healing up and they're scabbing over. I know that sounds gross, but you know me and my channel. I tell you everything. I'm very, explicit? Or is that even a word? I'm not sure if that's the right word I need to be using. But anyway, you know me. I don't hold anything back. Well, now I've got all these little bites in my head, and they itch like crazy. And they're scabbing over, which they itched the whole time, but they were so sore that I couldn't hardly touch them. And I'd get my husband I would lay down on my husband's chest, and he would take his hands and take like the balls of his fingers and rub over it because it was so sore and it was itchy. But it felt almost like a chemical burn. It was so bad. But I think it was a spider, but I'm just glad it wasn't a real poisonous spider, because with as many bites as I had in my head, if it would have been very poisonous or harmful, I'd have had to went to the doctor. But I wrote it out, and now my lymph nodes you can still feel them a little bit, but my head is so itchy. So if you see me digging and scratching, that's why. You probably didn't need to know that, but the ones that love me appreciate my crazy stories. I get so many comments and messages that tell me that they like for me to ramble on about nothing, so I do. But what I was saying, I'm going out to Hope's around 12:30 or 1, visit with her and the baby. Then I'm going to go get something to eat. But I have a few minutes, so I thought I would show you some of my chunky necklaces. I have showed you some of my jewelry before, and you've seen my basic stuff that I wear every day. I've got my little boxy earrings on today. I've not wore these in a while. These came from Penny's. They're very good, substantial. I think they're the Worthington brand. They're very nice earrings, and they're very substantial, but I don't grab for them a lot. I don't know why, because I do like them. And then I'm wearing my big chunky CZs and my bands. I was just feeling that today. No watches or bracelets. But I thought that I would show you some of my chunky necklaces. I have a lot of chain necklaces, and then I have a lot of the, I don't even know what you call them, the big chunky statement necklaces. So I think I'm going to just jump in and show you. And nothing is very expensive. Most of this stuff came from, I won't even be able to remember, but a lot of it came from just Gabriel Brothers or like Rue 21. Rue 21, I think, or Wet Seal. Trying to think. I think it's Rue 21 and Gabe's. But none of my jewelry is very expensive. I don't have any real jewelry. I do have one real nice bracelet that I paid about $300 and some for it, but it was just costume jewelry, and I bought it at Rose Tree. But I will tell you the story behind that one day. It's a really funny story. And you've seen my big chunky. I'll just get in and show you some of my jewelry. That's what I'll do today. And then I'll show you my little dress. I put some boots on with it, of course, me and my boots. My hair's just in a messy bun. That's what I was feeling today, because it is rainy and the humidity's bad and it's sticky out, and I didn't want to wear my hair down on my neck. And my extensions, these are my curly extensions that I use when I do put my hair up, but they are getting very crispy and crunchy, and dry feeling from product. So this week I'm going to wash these extensions and get them softened up some. And I've noticed the last couple of days that I wore them down, they have been itching my neck like crazy, which it may be from the bug bites too. But I'm going to show you my jewelry. And I don't wear, you've noticed probably by now, that I don't wear a lot of jewelry most of the time. It's according to what mood I'm in. I guess it's like that with any woman. But I do like having jewelry when I do want to take a notion to wear it. But here is one of my big chunky, I love this necklace. I don't think I've ever worn it in an outfit of the day. But I got this. I'm pretty sure the two statement necklaces that I'm going to show you were from Route 21. But I love that. I think it looks kind of tribal, which I probably should have wore a solid. I wasn't thinking about that. Really, I wasn't for sure what I was going to do in my video today. I knew I wanted to record because I had about 45 minutes to an hour. But I didn't know for sure what I wanted to do. And I probably should have wore something solid so you could have seen my necklaces better. But I'll hold that up. I love everything about this necklace. And everything that I'm going to show you today was like under $20. Nothing was very expensive. But I love this necklace. I like this with like a high neck blouse or even a blouse. I wouldn't wear this with a button up at all. But like something with a higher collar or a turtleneck, like a black turtleneck this fall, tucked in my jeans, and just wear this necklace and just some small studs would be all you would need. But I love that. It's just silver. And you'll notice most of my stuff is silver. But I love that. I'll show you real close. Very detailed. I think Rue 21 has really good jewelry for the price, because I think this was only like $14.99 or something like that. I'm just going to lay it on my lap because I've got my jewelry box. I've told you this before. My camera sits on some books on top of my jewelry box, and my jewelry box is sitting in front of me. Now, this next piece is very substantial and it means business. You'd have to be in the right mood to wear this, but look at this, how pretty. My squeaky chair, I'm telling you. I keep saying I'm going to get a different chair, and I never do. But this necklace puts me in the mind of those expensive necklaces that you see sometimes. What are they called? I forget. Seems like it starts with an L. Lex something Lex. But Dylan X, that's what they are. Dylan X, very beautiful necklaces. That's what this reminds me of. But the Dylan X, of course, or Dylan Lex, I'm not sure what it is for sure. I think it's Dylan X, are very, very, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But that's what this necklace puts me in the mind of. It reminds me of that. And I got this at Rue 21 for less than $20. But I love that. Actually, I have not wore this one yet. Not sure how I'm going to wear it. I like these kind of necklaces like this too, with a button-up blouse. This one now, I probably wouldn't wear with a button-up because of the way that it dangles and hangs. But this one, I think I would pull it up as close as I could, tighten it up as tight as I could around my neck, and wear like a button-up blouse with it buttoned down, you know, kind of far. Wear a cami, of course, but wear the buttons down like in here and just kind of let that peek through with some boyfriend jeans. I think that would be so cute. But I love this necklace. So I'm going to hang this one back up. And then I'm going to hang this one back up. But those are my chunkiest necklaces. And I do love those. And I will wear those when I take a notion. I love chains. I love big, and you've noticed that about me. I love big watches and big chain bracelets. Well, I've also got some chain necklaces too. And I don't think I've ever showed those to you in an outfit, because I don't hardly ever wear them. But I have this big, it looks like an ID bracelet. But I have a big silver. These came from Gabe's for like $4 or $5 a piece. They're very lightweight. But if you'll look in these fashion magazines on a lot of these jewelry ads, a lot of these women are wearing big chunky jewelry, like big chains and stuff like that. But I love that. And it just has the little lobster claw clasp in the back. Very lightweight when you wear it. The only thing about these necklaces is they're very lightweight. You can't even hardly tell that you have them on. They look like they would be heavy, but they're not. If I put this necklace on, and even if I tighten it up to the tightest link, I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to hold it. Look at my bruise. I have bruises where I play with those babies. Me and Kayla took Kanan to the park, not yesterday. I don't know why I said yesterday. When was it? A few days ago. Might have been Friday evening. Anyway, we went to the park, and we played on the slicky slide and the monkey bars. And I was crawling around, like, you know how you crawl through the little tunnels. And so I was crawling up the little tunnel after him because I stay right on his heels because he is a go-getter. He is like go, 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 go. And he will like step off the edge of something without even realizing it. You know, he don't even think. He's full action. So I was right behind him, right on his heels. And he's fast. He's a little chunky thing, but he is fast. He's faster than his Mamu. And he calls me Mamu now. He used to call me Man, but now he calls me Mamu, and it melts my heart. But Mamu, he'd say, slide, slide. So I'd go down the slide with him, and then we'd go back up and then crawl up that little tube. And I have got bruises all down my legs from playing with him the other day because I bruise super easy. But my knees and all down my shins are bruised from playing with that baby. And I guess that's probably where that one on my elbow come from. But I have bruises. I never go a day without a bruise. I always have a bruise somewhere on my body. But anyway, sidetracked. But anyway, if I tighten this up to the very tightest loop like that, it still hangs. I wish that this plate part would hang like flush against my neck, but it don't. It doesn't matter. It'll do that every time. And that kind of keeps me from grabbing for these necklaces because I have a gold one just like it, and they both do that. And there's no way. I've even tried to like pull it back and like even tuck it down in my shirt or anything in the back to try to keep it, see how pretty it is like that. Much prettier if it would stay that way, but it drops every time like that, which I've wore it several times, but usually that's the reason I don't grab for these necklaces. I do like the look of them though. I love them. I love a big, bold, chunky piece of jewelry. I like dainty jewelry too, but I'm drawn to, if I look at pictures in magazines or anything, I am drawn to big chunky watches and necklaces and jewelry. Not so much with the earrings. Now, you know me. I usually wear a hoop or a bar or a CZ or something like this. But now with bracelets and necklaces, I like the chunkier the better. And I'm not real big on colored stones, which I will show you. My bracelet one day, my expensive one, is colored. I don't gravitate. I used to. Now, when I worked at that little boutique, they brought in scuds of jewelry every day. And I had a big jewelry collection. You know, costume jewelry. But I handed it down to Kayla and Hope. And Kayla sold a bunch of it and stuff. So I'm not really attracted to big colorful stones much anymore. But I used to be. Okay, and here's the same necklace. Very same necklace in gold. And I do like these little necklaces. And I will wear them every now and then. And I would wear them more often if they would lay right on my neck. But that's the gold one. So I have a silver one and a gold one. I'm going to hang these back up. Okay, and this next one is kind of a knockoff of something I've seen in a magazine. And this is light as a feather. I guess it's just plastic. But I got this at Gabe's. And if you look at magazines, you'll know. You've seen the kind with the lock. I don't even know what brand that would be. You know, but I've seen the big chunky necklaces with the lock on it like that. And I do like this necklace because it doesn't matter how you fasten it. It lays fine. But I love that. I have wore this a couple times. And I tell you, with me, a lot of times in the summer, I always have an excuse why I don't wear jewelry. In the summer, I don't like anything hot around my neck. And a lot of times my hair is already down too. And I don't like a bunch of stuff going on around my neck. So I feel sticky and hot. And in the winter, I feel like the metals get cold. So I have an excuse. So probably spring or fall would be my perfect time to wear jewelry. But if I'm very hot or if I think I'm going to sweat or get sticky, I don't like anything around my neck. And sometimes on my hands and arms, or in the winter, I think it freezes me. So I'm very picky that way when it comes to stuff around my neck. I don't know why. I always have been. But I love this necklace too. And then sometimes when I'm feeling really bold and daring, I've got some layering chains that I layer up with those chains. I'm right in your face, ain't I, when I get up there. I like my makeup today. I like my lashes. These are the Ardell Flawless lashes, the real fluttery ones that I'm going to... I've not went back to TJ Maxx to get any backups of my Cherry Moya liner and my lashes, but I'm going to this weekend. I'm going to try to make a point to go and buy some backup. Okay, when I want to layer some stuff, I have these big chunky chains here, which I've worn by themselves too, but I usually will layer them like, you know, put something like this on and then layer. That's awkward, ain't it? And then layer it like this. Let me try to hold it up. I like that look. you know. But I usually use these for layering pieces, and I have a gold one. And these are real substantial. They're pretty heavy. And I think these came from, they came from Route 21. They did. I have the gold one, and then I have the silver one. And these are just a real nice layering piece. You could layer them over those chunky chains, or you could just layer them over some. I don't have any pearls. I used to, but I think I want to get me a set of pearls and mix kind of like metals with pearls. I think that's a real nice look, but an edgy look. But anyway, what was I saying? You could layer this up with those chunky chain necklaces, or with like little delicate chains. And I have some of those too. But here are my big chunky layering chains. And I like that they're already layered. See how many? They have, what, 3 different strands on each. But then they just have the one clasp. But I like those real well. I told you before I had some heavy-duty necklaces and chain necklaces that I don't wear very often. But I'm going to make a point to wear those probably in the near future and show you how cute they do look with certain tops. And and of course, you've seen my gold watch I wear. This was the one that, I love this watch, but it comes unclasped a lot and it aggravates me. And then I have a, are they both Geneva brand? This one is a Geneva brand that I got at Goodies. And I'm not sure what this one is, but I have a silver one and a gold one. And you know me, I just switch off with whatever I'm wearing. And then, of course, you've seen my big Vince Camuto. This is probably my favorite piece of jewelry that I own, is my big industrial strength, I call it. I love Vince Camuto jewelry. Our Macy's carries Vince Camuto, and I had been eyeballing this necklace for a few days before I actually went and bought it, because it was about $50 or $60. I can't remember. Maybe around $50. But I love it. I love this. I've worn it a lot. You've seen me wear it a lot. And it just says Vince Camuto on the, what do they call these kind of clasp? I don't even know. Toggles, maybe. But anyway, if you can see, it just says Vince Camuto on the ring part. I love this bracelet. But it's one of the more substantial, expensive pieces of jewelry that I own. My watches were probably $20 or less. I don't buy expensive jewelry. My rings are not expensive. And then all these, you've seen these before. I have several of the gold, big gold chunky chain. And my chains are tarnished. They really don't look too bad, though, because they faded out to what looks like a rose gold, which I think makes it kind of pretty. But they used to be the gold that's on the chain, but they faded out and they look more like a rose gold now. But I got all of these at Gabriel Brothers for like $2 and $3 a piece, and I've got 4 of the gold ones, and then I've got 4 of the, you know what, I told you wrong. I got these. My chain necklaces definitely came from Gabriel Brothers. I do remember that. The first ones I showed you, and the lock. These came, we used to have a discount dollar discount, I think's what it was called, in town, and it was like a Dollar Tree. And everything in there was $1. Well, they would get in the cutest costume jewelry for $1 a piece, and that's where I got these bracelets. I have 4 of the silver and 4 of the gold, and I just give $1 a piece for these. And I have wore these for I've had them several years, because we've not had that store in town for a couple years now. But I used to go up there 2 or 3 times a week, because they would get new jewelry in all the time. But I like to, you've seen me before, I like to layer all my chains and my watches. But anyway, I'd go up there 2 or 3 times a week, because they'd always get in. It is hot, you guys. I'm glistening. Look at me. I'm sweating. It's hot. You can tell it's going to be, I've not been outside today, but it's muggy hot in here. But anyway, I'd go up there 2 or 3 times a week and check out their jewelry. And another friend of mine, her name is Sharon. Me and her was friends ever since junior high. And she used to come up and she lived about 30 or 40 minutes away, but she would come to town just to go to that dollar discount and pick up the jewelry, because she's like me, she loves jewelry. So we would meet up sometimes at the Dollar Tree or Dollar Discount, and then go grab some lunch. And I don't know, I've not talked to her in a long time. I don't know. I don't have a Facebook anymore. And that's what I was wanting to tell the ones that used to follow me on Facebook. I have quit doing Facebook for a while. I've kind of slacked off on social media altogether, because I needed to get my mind frame set different. And so I've quit doing a lot of, I don't do Facebook or Facebook messaging. I just text, and then I like to do my Pinterest, and I like to do my Instagram, but I was spending just too much time on my phone, so I've cut back. And I'm not saying that I would not have another Facebook eventually, but as of right now, I don't plan on it. Let me look in here and see if there's anything else I'd like to show you. We're going on 25 minutes. I think that's all I'm going to show you today. I got some little dainty necklaces I might show you later, and I've got... and you know, for the ones that's not seen it, I will show you my Betsy Johnson set that my girls bought me when I was in the hospital with my broken ankle. I love this set, and I have wore it several times. But I'm noticing the older I get, I have to be in the mood for jewelry. A lot of times you'll see me with nothing but earrings on. But this is my big chunky cuff bracelet. It's a real pretty aquamarine or real pretty mint. It's not mint green. You'd have to see it. It's a bluish green. It's very beautiful. And then I like anything with a lock or a padlock. And this is the set that my girls bought me and brought to me when I was in the hospital. And I love this set and will keep it forever. And it has, I've told you before, if you watch my videos, it just says, it has signs like New York. It has Madison Avenue, Park Avenue. What else does it have? It says stuff like Lover's Lane on it too. Lover's Lane. But it has some of the New York City signs on it. But I love this. And, of course, my baby's peeping at me. Look at that face. Kayla got me this a couple Christmases ago. That's my baby. That's Kanan. That's the one now that's running all over the place at the park, and his memo's having to chase him down. He is so cute. And Gage is adorable, too. I've not seen Gage in a couple days. I can't wait to go out and see him and kiss his little face off today. But I think that's all I'm going to show you in my jewelry. I'm going to give you a quote. I'm going to stand up real quick and show you my dress. And then I'm going to head out. What time is it? Let me get my watch out here. It is right now 5 after 12. And I'll probably head out of here about 12:30 and wait on Hope to get home from church. Her Sunday school starts at 10. And my nose has been running the last couple of days. I noticed that. That I had went for several weeks and it hadn't bothered me. My little tissue. And my nails. I'm liking that Crime of Passion nail polish. I think it's very pretty. It's different for me. I don't wear a lot of reds. Every now and then I will. And I'm loving my nails. I don't know if it's my vitamins or what kicking in. But my nails they're doing great. My nails are doing great. But I love that polish. But anyway, her Sunday school starts at 10. Then her service starts at 11. It usually lasts for about an hour and a half. And then she has about a 20-minute drive home. So what, 11, 12:30? She probably won't be home till around 1. But I may head out around 12:30 or so and go check my mail and stuff. My post office stays open through the week. You know, the window don't, of course. But I can go in and check my mailbox anytime through the week. Okay. This is a quote that I had penned, a while back. I went through my Pinterest this morning and I went through my news feed and there were some cute quotes, but nothing really spoke to me this morning. So I just went to my boards and I pulled up my quotes and I scrolled down till I seen this one. And this is so true. And this kind of touches on what I was talking about the other day about the battle starts in the mind and the power of your thoughts and how everything starts with a thought in your mind. But anyway, this says, there is nothing in the world that can trouble you as much as your own thoughts. And that is very true. We can either trouble ourselves, or we can discourage ourselves with our own thoughts, or we can make ourselves sad with our own thoughts. But on the flip side, we can encourage ourselves with happy thoughts. And it's very important to monitor what you let process in your mind. It's very important that you examine yourself every day and that you keep your mind clean. And the Bible tells you to examine your thoughts, examine your mind, cast down any evil imaginations, cast down any bad thoughts. Do not entertain wicked thoughts, evil thoughts, thoughts of bad or harm against anyone. Because the longer you think on something in your mind, it will eventually become a part of you. It will eventually seep into your heart. And a lot of times, not saying every time, a lot of times you can think of something, it will get into your heart, and then you can still get control of that before you act upon it. But if you don't and you keep letting that stuff fester and manifest inside of you, then eventually you can act upon something and you can have a lot of regrets. But a lot of times, I will say every time, it starts with a thought. And a lot of times it's from looking at something you shouldn't look at, or listen to something you shouldn't listen to, and then it will plant a thought, or read something you shouldn't read. We really have to guard our mind, our eyes, our lips, our mouth, our heart. We really need to be on guard at all times of what comes in our mind, mostly. And, of course, what we speak, I've told you this before, the power of life and death lies in your tongue. But a lot of times, whatever's in your mind and in your heart will pop out your mouth every time, pretty much every time. So let me say that again. There is nothing in the world that can trouble you as much as your own thoughts. So just take notice of what you're thinking today. Is it good thoughts? Is it making you happy? Is it fulfilling you in some way? Or is it bad thoughts? Is it bringing you down? Is it making you discouraged? Is it making you angry at someone? Is it making you feel guilty about something even in the past? Is it something that you can't let go of and you keep just replaying it over in your mind? So, my advice to you today, and to myself as well, is just to take control of your thoughts, because the power lies within us. We have the power to control the thoughts in our mind. We do. We do not have to dwell on bad thoughts. I'm going on 32 minutes, you guys. I'm getting worse instead of better. But we can control the power of the mind. We have that control. And that's what I want to try to do today, is think happy, encouraging thoughts, and let my thoughts be uplifting. Let my thoughts be happy thoughts, thoughts of love, care, kindness, the fruits of the Spirit. Just try to think along those, long suffering, have patience. Don't have it. I'm so bad sometimes to be so stubborn and have a short fuse. And I used to growing up, I was so stubborn, and I had a very hot temper, and it would not take anything just to make me angry. And so I'm trying to do better with that. I was telling my husband this morning, I said, I like to live in peace with everybody. I don't want to argue anymore. I've spent most of my life arguing or being upset or being offended or having my feelings hurt, or sitting and dwelling on thoughts of like what I wish I would have said or what I wish I would have done. And now, you know what? I just let that stuff come and go, and I don't even try to give it a second thought. I just want to live in harmony and in peace with everybody, my family and my friends, and just have happy thoughts. And that's what I would encourage everyone to do. But I'm going to quit talking, get up and show you my little dress. And this little dress is the one that came from that little store yesterday. Did I get it yesterday or the first day? The first day. I went there 2 days in a row, and I got this the first day. And it reminds me so much of a little LuLaRoe dress. What do they call them? The Carly dresses? I'm not even sure. I'm not a big fan of LuLaRoe. I think it is very pretty, comfortable, and soft, but it's very overpriced, and and I don't mean to offend anybody. If you've got the money and you enjoy that, go for it. But for me, it just isn't worth it. But I got this little dress. I think they just charged me $5 for this little dress. But it is navy and white. Very soft, very comfortable, very cool. Comes right above my knees. And I put it on with my cowboy boots. You know me, I have to add a little flair. I have to add a little something different, because I always say, I'm going to wear this dress with a pair of sandals or a pair of flip-flops. But, of course, that would be too normal, for me. So I have to... Hey, my camera cut me off. I guess I went too long and it cut me off completely. But what I was saying is, me, I have to put on something different, something that's not your typical look, But that's what makes me me, and I'm not apologizing for it. So I put on my little cowboy boots with my dress today. And I don't know how this video will look, because it cut me off and I won't be able to edit it. So it'll probably have a little bit of something wonky in there. So just kind of overlook it. But I'm still packing my Steve Madden bag, and you know what? I need a brown bag. I know I'm not all about matchy, but with my cowboy boots, I should have probably kept that brownish, rusty colored, what was it, like a camel colored purse. My mom has that, actually. I may get that back off of her, because I need something like that to wear when I wear my cowboy boots, and my my boots like these. I wore these yesterday with a pair of shorts, and they were so cute. But I've got several shoes that are like brown and camel colored, and I need a purse. I should have kept that one, so I'll probably get it back off of Mom. So Mom, if you're watching, get that purse ready for me. And this is my denim jacket. I'm going to take this with me today, because I'm not sure where I'm going to end up. I may end up in a mall. I know I'm going to go to a restaurant and eat, and I freeze. But this is my I can never say that. Abercrombie and Fitch jacket that I got at Plato's Closet a couple years ago for like $20. And it still had the original price tag on it. It was like an $80 jacket if I would have got it in the store. But I got it at Plato's Closet for $20. And I love it. It's distressed. It's washed out, if you can see. I've got 2 denim jackets. I have this one and one, just a plain denim jacket from Old Navy. But this is my look today. I think it's real cute. And of course, it's so hot that I won't be able to wear my jacket except for when I'm in the store. But this fall, that would be a cute look just to wear and keep my jacket on, don't you think? But anyway, I have talked so much. You guys have a great Sunday. And I've showed you all my stuff that I've bought. I've showed you all my stuff that I've repurchased for backups. I'm showing you some of my jewelry now. And I'll just have to come up with some different ideas. And I am going to check that store out a couple of times this week. If I buy anything, of course, I'll show you. So I may go into some different types of videos this week. Maybe some series on how to style the black jackets and stuff. Or maybe even, I have never done a lookbook. I like to watch lookbooks where people do different outfits. Maybe I'll do that. I'm terrible with editing, so I don't know how well that'll work out. And I definitely don't do any kind of subtitles, or I've done it before, but Hope used to help me with that, and I just don't want to. She has her own channel and she stays busy with that baby, and I don't like to ask her to try to help me with everything. So usually I just do what I can. It's never going to be a fancy channel by any means. It's never going to be a very popular channel, but I enjoy my channel and I enjoy talking to the ones that talk to me. But I think I may try to do a lookbook, but I don't know how smooth it'll be. But we may try that this coming week. But you guys have a great Sunday. Get out, enjoy your time with your family and your friends. Eat you some good food. I'm going to go eat me some cheese curds. That's an ugly word, curds. But I'm going to go eat me some cheese curds because I know that I'm starting strict again tomorrow, and I have to get those cheese curds out of my system. I've been thinking about them since Friday. So I am going to make a trip, even if I have to go by myself and eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. But you guys have a great Sunday, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.